Today is a crucial day on the project front. I'm supposed to release the series tomorrow, and I hate being right up against a deadline. So whatever I do today is going to be extremely determinant as to whether or not I get to release this series. I fancy myself a really great communicator, both verbally and through the written word. The irony is that I absolutely hate taking time to communicate. It drives me absolutely bonkers. I just spent an hour and a half writing an email. An hour and a half writing an email. I suppose I shouldn't talk about it like I spent an hour and a half writing an email, because that makes it sound like, you know, it's some piddly little thing. It's really a letter sent in digital format, but still. I think the main creative struggle for any person who considers themselves an artist is recognizing that there are just things you have to do in order to prepare yourself for creation. There are things you have to do in order to make sure you can actually do what you need to do. Here's a fun fact about me. I almost tried to become a chef. 15 years ago, when I was trying to decide what to do with my life, after spending 2 years as a Yellow Page ad salesman, that was a horrible job. Horrible job. Can you imagine trying to sell Yellow Page ads right as the internet and Craigslist was taking off? Horrible. Horrible. Anyway, as I was trying to figure out what I wanted to be, it was literally down to I could go to seminary or I could go to culinary school. I love food. I love cooking. I love everything about that. And I think one of the most important lessons that young cooks learn have to do with preparation. For instance, you got to keep your knives sharp. You have to spend time keeping your knives sharp. Sometimes that takes a while, but it makes the process of creating so much easier. In fact, it makes it possible, and more importantly, it's safer. But probably the best example of preparation for a cook is the concept of mise en place. Everything in its place. You have all your ingredients ready, you have them all prepared, you have them in their place, you have your spices, your seasonings, your utensils, everything is where it's supposed to be. That way, when you get into the thick of service and you start cooking, you don't have to worry about where your stuff is. I mean, that's why they have people in the kitchen. One of the entry-level positions is the prep cook, the person who is responsible for prepping ingredients. That way the folks on the line or the chef at the pass doesn't have to worry about whether or not they've got the stuff they need in order to do the work they're supposed to be doing. So, spent an hour and a half writing an email. An hour and a half writing an email. It's for that search committee meeting. But we have to do it, right? Because we have to prepare ourselves for the work that we got to do. All right, real adults plan their work. You're so super helpful. Sushi. Chad Andrew Herring is putting a hurtin' on this sushi.
Big hurt.
The big hurt.
The big hurt.
I'm also trying to put a hurt on sushi, but he's clearly a pro, and I'm just struggling to keep up. I have never thought that fortunes were correct, or had any
Until now.
any bearing with that, any import, any truth, except look at this. Yeah, that's right. That's right. Even Chad Andrew Herring says I look pretty.
So pretty.
I'm so pretty. This is a day to mark down on the calendar. I typically say that whatever one possesses that allows them to stop eating sushi when they are full, I do not possess that. But today, I actually exhibited some serious self-control, and I don't feel like crazy bloated. I mean, see, that's the problem. The problem with sushi is that you eat it and you're hungry again in like 3 days. pedestrian than talking about the weather, but it is currently 61 degrees outside. What I wouldn't give to just have the day off and a fully healed ankle is I would love to go ride my bike. All right, so Jared and I are off to Lawrence. Our friend Ben, it's his birthday today. He and his wife moved to Omaha and they're back one more day to clean out their house in Lawrence before they take everything up there. He has to clean out his house on his birthday.
That sucks.
I would be pitching a royal fit, but he's clearly a better he's clearly a better human being than I am. Anyway, his wife wrote last night and said, "You're awful.
No comment.
You're awful." His wife wrote last night and said, "Hey, don't know if this will work, but why don't you guys come to Lawrence? I'll buy you dinner." We're like, "Free dinner? Yeah."
No, that's not the motivation.
That is totally the motivation.
Maybe for you because you're a horrible person.
We've established
Which has already
this.
been established.
Feel the force around you.
Geraldine got our friend a talking Yoda. He's a Star Wars freak. I think talking Yoda is a great idea. Good job, honey.
Thanks, baby.
You're the smartest gift buyer I know.
I also got him toenail polish.
Because what do you get a guy when he turns 40? But light blue?
Light blue toenail polish.
Come on, right? It's a good thing that's not obnoxious. I love me some Lawrence, Kansas. If I had a good reason, I would move back here in a heartbeat. We lived here for several years while Ian was a baby. Absolutely loved it before I went to seminary. There's my lady across the street. Lady! Hello, lady! Hello, lady! Look at her hobbling along. The gimp. Bless her heart. There he is. Hi, precious.
Is somebody having a birthday?
Somebody's having a birthday. Idiots.
Done?
Somebody has a birthday today.
It's true.
He's precious. He's
Yeah.
cute.
It's true. It doesn't happen every day.
It doesn't. Rumor has it it's once a year is when it happens.
That's what they say. I'm doing some research on that though.
Okay. Potato donuts.
True. We've come to learn with
6 months
twins.
ago, this child screamed when I held him. Now, he's so calm, he's chill, he's zen, he's Yoda. I'll catch up.